My name is Miranda Moen. I am an architectural designer working with architect James Aronson of the Southwest Minnesota Housing Partnership, collaborating with artist Ashley Hansen of the Department of Public Transformation on the Yes House project, where we're utilizing the creative community design build process.
So the next step of the process with the Southwest Minnesota Housing Partnership is working on the creative community design build of 2 buildings in the Southwest region. One of them is in Granite Falls here at the Yes House, and the second one is the Polis building in St. James.
The county and the city started to take real notice, recognizing they have a bit of a hazard developing right in the middle of this block downtown. And then there was the question about what to do and how to approach this challenge, because it couldn't be left alone anymore.
I would explain the creative community design build process as gathering people in a room, designers asking questions, and involving builders and tradespeople, because those are the people that you need to make beautiful things happen.
So the idea with this is to involve as many people as possible in the actual design process, so that we can get ideas in from as many different community members to inform the actual built drawings of how we're going to create this space.
There's no textbook for this. You build it from the ground up. You source the solutions from the people, and when the community at large speaks to the outcome as a repair and not a demolition, the council is obliged to carry that forward as much as they can at a reasonable price. It was definitely a surprise to look at public bid numbers received and realize that through negotiating with the demolition contractor, we could achieve a much more affordable outcome, but still repair the building. People from outside of the community can actually be really helpful, because they don't see the building every day and they haven't watched it evolve or in some cases deteriorate over time. So to come from the outside and say, here's some ideas, what do you think? The natural questions about how do we accomplish these goals will come. Community development corporations can be a resource for finding funds. Artists, arts councils can all play an active role.
During this engagement process, I want to be as open as possible to hearing all of these ideas and knowing, what's realistic and what are things that me and my eventual staff are going to be interested in doing to keep with the mission and the heart of this place, but still open and invite so many of those ideas that we could never come up with on our own. I'm action-oriented and I want things to move very quickly. I read a sign the other day that said, if you want to move quickly, go alone, and if you want to move far, go together. And just reminding myself of that over and over. It's like we are bringing a lot of people with us on this journey. It's going to be slow, it has to be intentional. It's not about me, it's not about moving quickly. It's about letting the process emerge as it needs to. 5 years from now, we will have rotating artists living in the apartment upstairs. We'll have ongoing yoga classes, dance classes, meetings, events, things happening in this space all of the time. It'll be a completely full calendar. We'll have concert series. We will have creative, open, collective, ideation sessions for future projects to happen in Granite Falls. We will have a co-working space so that people in my generation that maybe work remotely or want to live in a small town but don't really think about these kinds of spaces existing. It's also an attraction for the region and bringing more young people to the area to envision kind of the rural town of the future.
I think creative community design build as a process is necessary for projects in rural spaces to communicate the importance of the place.
Art through architecture is the beginning of the creativity that got people involved and providing lots of feedback. The beauty of a creative process is you don't know where you will end when you begin. And the only way it actually works is to allow people to really be involved and to be engaged, voice their opinion, share in the process, to get people thinking about what options there were besides complete demolition.
So today we're having what's called a community design shareback at the Yes House. Essentially we have renderings, graphics, a video about the future space inside the Yes House showing what our design scheme is for the building. The reason for this design shareback is really to have the community tell us what they think. so far. Whether they like it, whether they think there's something missing, and I think that's what makes this project really exciting because of what we've heard from the community that they need.
I think it could be transformative for small towns everywhere to rethink these spaces and have a plan for moving forward that really works and creates more potential for more change happening all over Main Streets.